here we go.
Me the best, crab.
Apologies for the interruption, folks. I seem to have missed.
Two worthless sinners, right where we belong.
If the world is ugly, then you need to fight.
That's the cool part about being a god. I don't need you to let me do anything. It's just gonna happen.
Before this video starts, I want to say if y'all enjoy any part of this, please subscribe and like, because this took a very, very long time to make. So without further ado, grab your popcorn, grab a sody, hell, grab your dog, and enjoy this video I made. This story starts with Krill sitting on his favorite beach, doing nothing at all when the loan shark comes and takes his shell by force. Damn! I chased after the thief, but I lost sight of him, and with no other choice, I had to leave the beach and go into a new domain, down into the depths. Oh, here we go. When I got there, there was a fellow crab, but when I went to go talk to him, he had different plans for me. Oh shit! I just need to run? That's what I'm doing. Oh fuck. Oh god, get me out of here. Damn, they're everywhere. After narrowly escaping, I ran into a fork that was buried into the ground, and after pulling it out, I decided this would be the weapon I would use to defend myself. I ran into a crab from the same group that tried to jump me, but this time I had a weapon and I was itching to try it out. Down the path, I found my first moon snail shell, and these are basically a respawn point, but they allow you to do other things like upgrade your stats and even teleport to different moon shells. After a little more walking, we finally got out of the tutorial section and ran into another little crab, and he told me I needed to go to the Dutch's castle to get my shell back, but he ended up being a racist. Alright, dickhead. After that little setback, we had our first death in the entire series, and there was going to be a lot more where that came from. Fuck. Hello! I finally made it to the castle, and now I could pay off my taxes and get my shell back. But the guards wouldn't let me in the front gate because I looked suspicious. Apparently it was because I didn't have a shell, but I don't know. They were kind enough to point me in the direction of the charity center where I could get a free shell, and their captain was stationed there if I ran into any trouble. So without hesitation, I ran as fast as I could to get my own shell. When I got to the charity center, it gave me a whole bunch of soda cans. And I guess I could use these shells to get into the castle, but before I walked even 10 feet, the captain had a word to say with me.
Oh crap, I'm sorry. Was I supposed to grab a ticket?
You think yourself above the law, but the law
gosh,
is
calm
not
down.
so easily outwitted. By its strength alone do we rise above the beasts.
I'm really sorry. I'll go to the back of the line, okay?
You should be so lucky. I'll have your head like I have these other worthless law breakers.
If I just stay right in his pocket. Yes!
This guy being the first boss fight, it took me way longer than it should to beat this guy, but I wasn't used to all the controls in the combat yet. Eventually we got past him and headed towards the castle. Inside I met the Duchess and she was more like the fucking douchiest.
Speak. Damn.
Oh, yes, ma'am. Hey, thank you. Oh, yeah.
You got it.
She told me that we could work out a deal for my shell if I brought her back a shiny trinket. So, with no other choice, I was off to start my new journey.
Hello!
In the next room over, I found some fishing line. This would basically allow me to grapple the fish hooks into other crabs, pulling me closer to them. With my new ability, I made my way up to the rusty pipe. And at the end of it was the moon snail ghost or something, I don't know, but it was some weird dude that taught me the way of the umami. In simple terms, each shell has a different ability they can use for the cost of an umami. Umami abilities are especially useful to enemies with glowing purple eyes, because these enemies are stronger than normal, and when they are defeated they drop crystals, which I will talk about later, or not, who knows. I continued on my journey and ran into the next roadblock. This crab with a big old bottle. He introduced me to unblockable attacks. An unblockable attack is an attack that does huge damage. If I get hit by one, it's almost always certain death. But before the attack comes, it'll flash a blue or red symbol on the screen telling me that it's unblockable. And once I finally defeated this guy, he dropped a pristine pearl. And this was the perfect item I could give to the Duchess. Before I went back to her, I found the real moon snail, and this is where I could spin those crystals I was talking about. And what I could spend them on were new abilities. They had all sorts of abilities and I didn't know where to pick, but I only had one choice because I only had enough for the first ability. After spending all my crystals, I went back to the castle, but when I got there, everything was dark and evil. The Duchess was the most evil of them all. She wanted me dead and wouldn't stop for anything.
No! Mama!
Hey, I don't know if you noticed, but your guards are going nuts out there.
Oh, Clontre, little hermit.
Oh shit.
Our minds are clear as crystal now.
Oh, shuck.
I once thought my duchy quite beautiful, you know. Worth preserving. But compared to the reefs, it's a shameful, transient thing, destined to wash away. That's why I'm having them tear it down. I thought my beauty worth preserving too. But of course, my worthless life will wash away as easily as any other. Almost as easily as yours, little hermit!
This fight was by far the one I struggled with the most in the entire game. Mainly because I was very weak and I didn't know how to dodge or do any of the attacks. And I kept rushing it and was getting way too greedy and I should have stayed patient.
It's like I'm always on the fucking defense. It's like I'm always running for my life. No way! Fuck. Oh my gosh! No way! Oh, I got too hungry. No. What the fuck? Can I hit her? What the fuck's going on? Oh my gosh. I'm supposed to get close to you. Alright, you're a fucking pussy. fucking way! There's actually no way. There's no fucking way that hits me.
On my 56th death, I finally did the unthinkable.
Fuck you! Fuck you! Fuck you! Fuck you! Fuck you! The dance on your fucking grave.
You'll see one day.
After the fight, I returned to the moon snail and spent my well-earned crystals. The most important thing I bought was the parry, which allows me to deflect attacks back onto the enemy. Back at the castle, there was only one way to go, so I walked across the bridge, and on the other side was the reef. On the end of the bridge was a fellow hermit named Firth. He basically wanted to get rich by selling his wagon full of trash, but couldn't because the bridge collapsed. So after wishing him luck, I was on my way.
Oh, can't go down there.
The reef introduced me to a new enemy though, the seahorse. This little bugger shoots those expandable dinos that come in pills. Besides that, there wasn't anything else too special about this place. I just had to make it through.
Here we fucking go. I made it. Hallelujah.
On the other side of the reef was a metal bridge that led to New Caledonia. Everyone in this town was going on and on about Trash Day. I had no idea what Trash Day was, and this town was giving me a bad vibe.
What is trash?
I talked to this cowboy crab and he said that someone came through here and sold my shell. Now, the shell could have been in one of the 4 places. The Shellfish Desire, which is a luxury goods store, but they didn't have it and I could only buy other shells here. The blacksmith didn't have it either, but I could upgrade my fork here to do more damage, which I immediately did.
Oh yeah.
The bottom feeders also didn't have it, but I could buy stowaways, which are the little perks in the bottom left of the screen. And the place that had my shell was, go figure, the pawn shop.
It was the pawn shop.
In the middle of our conversation to get my shell back, Trash Day came.
Trash Day! It's Trash Day! Everyone get your baskets! Don't miss out!
Back off! I saw it first!
Get your own trash, mumsuckers! What is that thing?
I've never seen anything like it.
It's a message from the captain! It's got his face right on it! It's gotta be! Excuse me? Excuse me, please. Pardon me. Excuse me, young lady. As New Costinia's official historian, I'm sure I can shed some light on... My God! If I'm not mistaken, this is part of a map! A map showing the way to a most valuable treasure, I say! If someone were to find its missing pieces and decipher them, why, they'd be rich beyond their wildest dreams, I say!
Rich? I like the sound of that. That treasure's as good as mine. I'll be able to afford the flashiest shell in the ocean, you know?
Not if I get there first! Think of all the tourists that treasure can bring to our city!
Well, don't you count out us bottom-siders. You'll be eating your hat when I get that treasure and fix up my restaurant.
It would appear the hunt is on, I say. The first stop on the map seems to be the forest to the north of here.
May the best crab.
Apologies for the interruption,
Oh,
folks.
hell.
I seem to have misheard something. I could have almost sworn there were some citizens here planning on unearthing some valuables. Need I remind you all how threatening the ocean is outside this reef? I'd hope it would go without saying that the duty of such a dangerous excavation would fall to the Shellfish Corporation. That would be safest for all involved. Don't you agree?
Yeah, we hear you, Roland. No problem.
Then, as Shellfish Corp's CEO and this fair city's de facto mayor, I suppose no one would have any objections to my taking sole control of this treasure hunt. Are we all in agreement?
Oh dear. I suppose that sounds all right with me, I say.
You hear what they're talking about over there?
Sounds like some kind of crazy treasure hunt.
Hey kid, I just got an idea. If you can go get that treasure they're jawing about, I'll gladly trade your shell for it.
For real? You'd really do that?
You bet. A prawn never goes back on his promise.
Aw, yeah! I'm gonna find that treasure!
Haha, yeah, you go, kid. Roland can't tell us what to do. That treasure belongs to whoever can find it first.
The corporations don't control us!
I suppose a little friendly competition is only fair. I hope you know what you just dove into, kid. See you in the open ocean, treasure hunters.
And like any true pawn owner, he upped the bargain. I had to find him the treasure now to get my shell back. To get the treasure, I had to start by getting the 3 pieces of the map, and the first piece was somewhere off the grove. So, I got to walking. And after a long, dangerous walk, I found where I was supposed to go. And with it was Chitin, who was one of the guards from the castle. And go figure, she was also looking for the treasure. But she told me the downfall of the castle was because of a gunk infection that was spreading across the entire ocean. With that in mind, I pressed on because I just wanted my shell back and I couldn't care about anything else. Look who it is! The King of Wealth was also going for the treasure. I could have guessed this before I even saw him. The grove had sniper crabs that would shoot you if you stood in the same spot for too long. They weren't that strong, they were just kind of annoying. And with no clue where to go, I stumbled into this hairball, and he completely caught me by surprise.
Oh my fuck.
This boss was an optional one, but optional is not in my vocabulary.
Let's go.
After that little side quest, I went back to wandering around trying to find where to go. After dying a few times, I found a crab with some chopsticks. And this was exactly who I was looking for, because he had one of the pieces of the map, and I just had to beat him to get it. But this guy was no joke. His second phase was something else.
fucking go. Oh my gosh.
I eventually got him and he gave me two things. One was a stainless steel relic to upgrade my fork, and the other was one of the 3 pieces of the map. Before I give the map to the old man, I wanted to fight a boss that isn't really necessary, but if I beat him, I become a whole lot more powerful.
Why do you sad, polluted crabs keep coming to this place?
Oh shit.
I thought I made it clear.
You're the boss.
There's nothing for you here. As your sense of self-preservation rotted
Mantis
away,
rip.
even. Or perhaps you truly wish for death. Well, I'll gladly oblige you, my friend. Square up, devil! Seems like I'm still out of practice. All skills fade with time, I suppose. I truly thought I would perish in a cooler way, though. Fighting at least 10 or 12 guys. Well, you've earned that petite crab. Come and put my tortured soul to rest.
I'm not trying to kill you.
Oh.
Once me and the shrimp became friends, he gave me his adaption, which is the Mantis Punch. And this does huge damage at the cost of 3 umami charges. He also allowed me to spend my crystals to upgrade my adaptions to do even more damage. So I instantly maxed out the Mantis Punch. But I wasn't satisfied with my power, so I went on another side quest, this time to get Blood Star limbs. If I collect 5 of these things, it permanently increases your health. And I needed that desperately because I was taking hits up my shell. After collecting a complete set of limbs, I headed back to give the map to the old man. The next piece of the map is in Flotsam, a town that's owned by Roland. On the way there, I ran into the Mega Crab again, and I was not gonna run away this time.
Yes! Fuck!
And look at that, he happened to have the second piece of the map. So I went back and put it on the box and headed to the final piece. I was minding my own business, getting around the gunk in this town, and BAM! Roland's henchman pulled up on me.
Not worth my time.
Not worth your time. I was fucking piecing you.
Once I got to the next moon shell, I was losing my mind being in this place. I was getting depressed. There was gunk everywhere and it was a bad thing to look at. So I went to go fight another optional boss. And let's just say I was a little over leveled for this fight, but I needed to get back on track. I was losing my head. So I went back to Gunk Town and put my head down and pushed on. And I was getting some loot when I accidentally fell into another optional boss arena. I could have ran away, but that's not in my Nindo. This guy did cause me a lot of troubles because his attacks would make the floor have gunk on them, and I would just stand in it and it would screw me over.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, I'm fucking dead. Oh my gosh. Oh my goodness gracious, fuck.
Once I finally put this boss under my belt, I talked to a civilian in Gunktown because I had no idea where to go anymore. He pointed me to the direction of the map, which was sitting on top of this giant mailbox. So I did what anyone else would do and started walking there. I was making my way up when I ran into Firth again, and he babbled about how successful Roland was as a business guy. Talk about glaze. But down the path I jumped into a hole. What do you know? And in the hole were the Ceviche sisters. And I'm gonna be honest, they were pretty weak compared to the other bosses. They did give me a new adaptation, Bubble Bullet, which allows me to shoot a bubble at far away enemies. Once I was out of the Ceviche cave, I was basically at the mailbox with the last piece of the map. So the only logical thing to do was return to New Caledonia to finish the map. Yeah, Roland Lil Bro'd us. They waited for me to do all the work and stole the map. So now I have to kick his ass. But there was a little problem. Roland's headquarters was across a sea of gunk, and the boat that we had didn't have any power. So before I go stomp Roland, I need to find a battery. And Firth told me he did know a guy who could give us a battery. The only problem was the doors in between us and him needed to be plugged in with a fuse. Of course, there always has to be a guy that gives me a hard time. And this time it was this dude. After him, it was back to going through 800 crabs just to plug one fuse in to open a door to get to the next room, and then I would do it all over again until I made it into a room with a hole in the middle. Go figure. What do you think I did next? If you said jump in a hole, you would be wrong, because I talked to Firth first, then I jumped in a hole.
The world these days is dark and mean. Even the water tastes unclean. And even those you love and trust would rip your limbs off if they must. Like Mr. R, the one in charge, who scrapped our homes to build his barge. But don't be gloomy, glum, or sad, 'cause down in here, it's not so bad. Save crying for another day. Forget it all. Come on, let's play. Time for a makeover.
With her dying breath, Voltai gave me a new adaptation, Electrocution. This allows me to call upon a powerful eel that will attack enemies or power certain things. With my new power, I headed back to our boat and gave it a good old smack. Then me and all my friends were off to Roland to get my map back. I don't really know if I can call them my friends because they kind of just mooch off me, but I'll roll with it. At Roland's hideout, there wasn't any enemies. It was a parkour course. which, my Minecraft experience, I first tried.
Finally.
Well, that wasn't as bad as I thought. No one even showed up to stop us.
I don't like it. Something smells about all this. Roland knew we were gonna show up, so where's all the resistance? It all really stinks of...
A trap? Right you are, bottom feeder. See, us civilized folk have rules. As much as I dislike your little mottled crew, it wouldn't be gentlemanlike to have you disposed of without a good reason. But all y'all have just stepped onto my private property without permission. And where I come from, that's a crime called trespassing. I presume you know what we do to trespassers at Shellfish Corp. Inkerton, kill the city folk.
Gladly.
And as for you, I'll send you down the drain myself, you little flatworm! It's just business, kid.
Remarkable work, vagabond. The barge is ours. All that remains is to...
What the shell was that?
Stupid little bottom feeders. Don't let any of these trespassers leave, boys.
Oh, son.
Y'all just don't know when to quit, do you? You could have all stayed in your cozy little homes in the reef, watched a Shellfish Corp dug up this treasure, and waited for that newfound wealth to benefit everyone in town. But y'all just had to get greedy. You decided you deserved this treasure more than the fine people of New Carcinia. And I would be remiss as a local business leader if I didn't punish y'all for this little indiscretion. I dare say that not a single one of y'all...
Shut up! I've been working my butt off trying to get my old life back! I'm pretty sure I've been working harder than anyone else! And now all of a sudden, I'm the jerk for wanting the treasure I earned? And you don't have to do anything at all! You just sit around and stuff just happens for you! It's not fair! It's all a bunch of bullshit! I'm sick of it! I'm gonna get that
Krill, wait!
treasure!
Hold on to something, y'all!
After getting blamed for everything, I lost control of my anger, and with that I caused even more pain. Now all my so what friends are at the bottom of the ocean. So what's the point of even living anymore?
What word comes to mind when you think of the Earth?
Hello? Is someone there?
Would you say the Earth is beautiful?
No. It's mean, and it's rude, and it's scary. And everything nice in it just gets messed up eventually anyway.
It's over. It's all over. But like, for real this time.
There you are. Do you know what happened to the others?
Oh, now you care about the others, is that right? They can get boiled for all I care, and as a matter of fact, so can you. Take a look, pal. Here's the treasure you had us throw our lives away for.
What's that?
It's nothing! Nothing usable at all! No plastic, no glass, not even a single nugget of foam. Just this pile of damp paper. It's totally worthless.
It was really all for nothing? So what do we do now?
You want my advice? Go find whatever the apex predator is down here and jump in their goddamn mouth! Then you'll finally be valuable to someone!
If the world is ugly, then you need to fight. Fight to rip this ugly world apart.
I don't want to. I'm tired of fighting. I never wanted to be any good at it. I'm never getting my show back. So what's the point?
If you don't fight, you will die like prey, along with the rest of this world.
Maybe I don't care.
Thankfully, in the nick of time, I got saved by Nima and the old geezer, and they sat me down and knocked some sense into me, which is exactly what I needed to lift my spirits. So, I figured out where I was going and started walking. There was all sorts of weird enemies down in this dark ocean, which I couldn't really see, and y'all can't either, so I'm just gonna skip till I get to a good part. After stumbling around in the darkness, I found a moon shell that I could use to teleport out of here.
Goodness gracious, fuck.
Once I put the false moon into his place, I was off yet again, deeper into the dark ocean to find the perfect whirl. The perfect whirl is basically a overpowered shell that turns you into the hermit god of the ocean. The only thing I found down here were these long, hard, big crustaceans that shot laser beams that would destroy anything they hit. And when I went to go hit them with my fork, I did no damage. So I had no choice but to run. I saw one of these monsters was killed, so I went to go look at it, and look who it was, Chitin. We had a brief talk about what lies in this deep ocean, but with that I still had a job to do, so I crossed the bone bridge and ran into Sir Inkerton.
And you're certain we're going the right way?
How should I know? Think I spend my weekends here, do you?
Well then, what the shuck am I still paying you for? Matter of fact, we're in this mess cause you couldn't defeat a damn lobster. Good for nothing. I should have left you on the seabed where I found you, you little...
You. Enjoying the spoils, are you, lad? Proud of what you've done?
Look, man, I don't want anything from you. Please just leave me alone. I don't want to fight anymore.
Please leave me alone. I don't want to fight anymore.
But fight ye did. Just like me. Just like old Lincoln. And down here we've both drifted. Two worthless sinners. Right where we belong. The bottom of the train!
Yeah. Fuck, I don't even think I got hit.
That's correct. I beat him without getting hit after 80 tries, but hey, that doesn't matter. What Inkerton was guarding was the door that only hermit crabs could open. And when me and the old man got it open, it took us to the old ocean. Everything here was white as snow, and in the old ocean lies the perfect world. The only problem was, I didn't know where it was. So, I did what I did best, wander. Until I made it to the castle. That's when I knew I was going in the right direction, and I'm not gonna lie, getting to this next boss was pretty annoying. The old ocean was very big for no reason, and I had to do a bunch of puzzles. Eventually I made it to the throne room when I met up with the old fart, and he told me that he grew up here 30 years ago, and New Caledonia would succumb to the same fate as this if we don't return with the perfect world fast. The toilet brush crab was down and so were we. I don't know where I was, but I did see something and I went to go investigate.
By God! This is it! This is it, Krill! They all told me it was just a legend! Those buffoons! The perfect whirl! Do you know what this means, child? The archaeological community will never be the same, I say! With the proper funding, perhaps we can begin to learn the secrets of the ancient hermits. And then it's only a matter of time before... Oh, God damn it!
Drivel. Titan! Oh my God! He's dead! You killed him!
Time, he says. The old idiot. Time is something we have none of. We're already much too late. Tides upon tides upon tides too late. This ocean was eaten up before I was even an egg.
What? Why did you do that? He didn't do anything wrong!
We are beyond saving. Soon we'll share the same fate as the old ocean. The world has only one use now. To punish this ugly world, to rip it asunder. You think you can wield it? In your complacent claws, it's no better than a rock. And you're no better than them. No better than the ones who ate this world up. To think, we really thought you could be our shell.
I could vomit.
You're not Titan.
How can you stand it? How can you sleep? How can you even breathe? You've seen how this ocean's been maimed. The agony it's in. The future that was stolen from us. You've seen everything we wanted you to see. So where's your anger? Where is your rage? Doesn't this pain boil you inside, little crab? Doesn't it just make you want to shocking scream?
After I got done fighting with the worm in Attack on Titan, I went to go into the moon shell and I got this message. It said that if I went into this fight, I would not be able to come back. So I leveled up as much as I can and bought the last perk of the skill tree. And with all that done, I headed into the final battle.
Titan! Are you okay?
I killed him. The old man who never raised a claw against me. I was the strong, wielding death against the weak. There is no salvation for me now.
It wasn't you, Titan. It was whatever that thing was, making you evil.
A great confluence of damned souls. A grim slurry of umami. My body moved at its whim, true. But the anger was mine. The hate was mine. Without it, it could not have taken me as a shell.
Stop talking! You're going to be okay, alright?
Perform me a favor, vagabond. My anger was too much for me, but do not let it vanish. If you can, take my anger with you and wield it where it is needed to protect this world.
Stop it! Stop talking like you're going to die! I didn't even like you guys when I met you. But I don't want you to go. I don't want to be alone again.
The confluence was wrong. There's still time to save this ocean. I must believe this. Even if it is a lie, I will believe it. Until the day this all ends.
Wait! That old guy was saying that shell has a lot of magic in it, right? I'll just put it on. Maybe I can heal you.
Krill.
Just stay right there. I'll be right back.
Whoa! What happened? I put on this cool-looking shell, and for some reason I feel super great now. Like I could take on the whole ocean. Kinda like anything I want can become reality, you know? This is gonna change everything. I'm gonna be a hero.
Blue... Firth! I need that shell to save Chitin. Can I put it on for a second?
Chitin? Who's that? Whatever you need, it can wait, pal. I'm thinking big right now, and my big things are gonna save New Carcinia. Yeah, that's a great idea. Great thinking, me. Let's do it.
No. Just stay right there, Chitin. I'll be right back.
We are on Trash Island, chasing after Krill because of his selfish ways. I just needed to catch up with him and then the ass whooping would commence.
Hey there, pal. No hard feelings about our little disagreement earlier, right? My new powers are crazy. I just moved this whole island directly over New Carcinia. Looks like Trash Day came early. Pretty cool, right?
Firth, I really need that shell. Chitin's hurt bad.
I'll tell you who's hurt bad. The economy. That's who. With Roland gone and Scuttleport out of commission, our whole city's gonna completely collapse. And not only that, folks are starting to say the trash we've been using is physically harmful to us. Who would have thought? But it's all gonna be okay. Now that I'm the god of this ocean, I've got a super genius 3-step plan to save everyone. Step 1. Sink Trash Island onto New Carcinia, eliminating the whole concept of Trash Day. A permanent economic boom! What's better than that?
You're going to cover the city in trash? Can we just talk about this? I just need to borrow the world for a minute!
Step 2. Use that trash to usher New Carcinia into a second golden age. You'll see technology advance beyond your wildest dreams!
You're not listening to me!
And step 3. With all that new tech, we'll form a plan to make New Carcinia's economy more sustainable. We ought to be able to start using 20% less trash within the next 200 tides or so. You thought I forgot about that part, didn't you? But I'm a caring guy.
If you dump more trash on the reef, aren't they just gonna get gonked faster? And I still need to save Chitin. So give me that shell. I'm not going to let you do this.
That's the cool part about being a god. I don't need you to let me do anything. It's just gonna happen.
I need that shell. I'll fight you for it.
Huh, that's a bummer. I thought you had a good head on your shoulders, pal. I was really starting to respect you. But here you are, resorting to physical violence to take down an honest business crab. No need to get angry, pal. You're only gonna get yourself hurt.
I'm not. I am getting angry, aren't I? I think maybe I've been angry the whole time. Ever since I left the tide pool. I never wanted to be. Everyone else seems angry all the time. I didn't want to be like that. But I can't help it. Not when people like you always get everything you want, and other people get hurt for it. It's not fair! And I'm really strong now. Strong enough to stop you from making things worse!
You really are quite whiny, you know? If you're gonna fight me, quit the sob story and just do it. I've got an empire to build here. Come on, do it! Hit me! Don't be a coward!
That was huge. Oh, I had to hit. Give me this.
I think I get what Chitin meant now.
Krill, hold on. Let's talk about this like adults.
If I'm gonna be angry, I might as well use it for something good. So that maybe, one day, other people won't have to fight like me. And what better way to start than to beat up a selfish, greedy, muscle shocker like... Yeah! Wait!
Holy shit.
New Caledonia was completely covered in trash, but none of the people there even cared. All they cared about is that they were going to be rich off this trash. And the only thing I could think about was getting my shell back. But when I talked to the pawn shop guy, he said with all this new trash coming into the economy that he would not give me my shell back. So I took matters into my own hands. If you made it this far, you obviously liked something about this video. So I'm going to say it again. You should subscribe and even like.
This world is resilient, but not endlessly so. As this earth spins ever faster towards its uncertain future, all will face that future in their own way. Some will fight for the world they dream of, blade in hand. Some will spend their whole lives saving others from falling through the cracks. And others still will never rest in one place for long. As this fragile world begins to fracture, no matter how large or small, the one thing no creature can afford is complacency. But though history talks of warriors and heroes, and great mighty crabs that shook the world, it is the thankless deeds that shall ever make that world worth fighting for.